Welcome to the channel, and hold tight, because Black Mirror is finally back in terrifyingly good form. We're going episode by episode through what might just be the best season since the early days. Yes, really. No filler, no fluff, well, maybe a little fluff. Plaything, we see you. But overall, this is Black Mirror firing on all cylinders. So stick around, hit subscribe, and join me as we break down each episode of Black Mirror Season 7. Let's get into it. Kicking off this series in style, Common People feels like Black Mirror is truly back in form. It's the kind of tech horror that's so uncomfortably plausible. It makes your real-life subscriptions feel like ticking time bombs. The story centers on Mike and Amanda, an ordinary couple whose lives are suddenly shattered by a medical crisis. Desperation leads them to a tech startup offering a miracle solution: experimental brain backup surgery.
Rivermind is a revolution in neurological science.
But the catch? The future is tethered to a monthly subscription that feels disturbingly like life support as a service.
How much is this gonna cost?
The episode exposes the brutal economics of survival in a world where every breath is billable.
You're running ads through me?
Cristin Dowd and Rashida Jones are perfectly cast, bringing a grounded, lifting chemistry that makes the slow descent into tech-fueled horror all the more brutal. The episode nails the tone Black Mirror does best: the slow squeeze of dread and the queasy realization that the future isn't some distant threat. It's just been waiting until it became affordable. I'll score 8 out of 10.
Fucking miracle.
Bête Noire is a slow-boiling tech thriller that pulls the rug out from under your existential assumptions. Imagine if the Great British Bake Off were directed by David Fincher during a nervous breakdown, and you're halfway there. The head of R&D at a food company sees her carefully constructed world unravel when a woman from her past walks back into her life.
Do you remember me? Awkwafina High?
Oh my god.
What follows is a brilliantly paced psychological game of gaslighting, reality distortion, and possibly computer wizardry. Unless, of course, we're all in a simulation, which, let's face it, seems increasingly likely.
She's done nothing wrong.
I know she changes things.
It stars Siena Kelly and Rosy McEwen, delivering performances that make your skin crawl in that uniquely British passive-aggressive kind of way.
No one is doing anything.
Rosy McEwen plays Verity like a walking iOS update, charming and probably hiding something dangerous in the fine print.
Do you have a problem with me? What?
What if you couldn't trust your inbox, your colleagues, or your own mind? Bête Noire is one of Black Mirror's strongest return to form entries. It's sleek, unsettling, and deeply British. I'll score 7 out of 10. Hotel Reverie drops us into a retro-futuristic collision of old-school glamour and cutting-edge technology, where actors no longer just play roles, they live them quite literally.
Just remember that they're AIs. To them, this is real.
Issa Rae stars as Brandy Friday, an actress determined to finally step out of the sidekick's shadows and claim the spotlight.
Redream is a system that we're using. We're making the movie in real time.
Opposite her, Emma Corrin delivers a deeply layered performance as a vintage star brought vividly back to life in this new, hyper-digital format.
None of this is real.
I'm as real as you are.
Think San Junipero meets Johnny Sofu, with a sprinkle of existential dread and a touch of slapstick chaos.
Murder attempt imminent.
Issa Rae brings warmth, wit, and just the right amount of disbelief, while Emma Corrin feels like she's channeling the entire history of cinema through one ethereal, almost haunting portrayal. Their chemistry and commitment to the madness keep you engaged, even when the script trips over itself. The humor feels desperate for laughs like a clown at a funeral. The timing's off, leaving the jokes dead on arrival. This episode is a bold, ambitious concept let down by its patchy execution. I'd score 6 out of 10.
Ready?
I'm ready.
If you've ever wondered what a soggy bandersnatch might look like after 3 decades in a drawer with some fluff and a rusty Tamagotchi, congratulations, Plaything is here to answer that question.
I could receive that first message.
Peter Capaldi plays Cameron Walker, a washed-up games reviewer who stumbles into a software rabbit hole so deep it could have been coded by existential dread itself. This story reconnects with the experimental but forgettable episode through the return of Colin Ridman, who's either done full messiah or full software developer.
These are living individuals, and not some obscene puppets like Sonic the Hedgehog.
This episode wants to be deep. Things of digital consciousness, loneliness, escapism, and techno-parenthood float around in a vacuum of vague sci-fi ambition.
The more that I spoke, the deeper our connection became.
But all of it is wrapped in the aesthetic of a mid-tier, late-night Channel 5 crime drama. This one is for the die-hard Black Mirror fans, nostalgic game nerds, or those brave enough to witness what happens when Brooker stares too long into his own digital reflection and forgets to blink. The worst episode in Black Mirror history? Not even Capaldi can save this one from the recycle bin. I'd score 5 out of 10.
We're all a bit odd.
There's a quiet discomfort in the way tech companies promise to help, while gently prying open all wounds. Eulogy invites you into that space, wraps it in a user-friendly interface, and guides you softly through your own uneasy memories.
My role is to help you relive and to curate your fondest memories of her.
A man is invited to take part in an immersive memorial for someone from his past, through a mix of digital memory dives and increasingly uncomfortable flashbacks. We piece together a story of young love, missed chances, and the haunting persistence of all wounds. Paul Giamatti is absolutely phenomenal. He pulls you through every moment of Philip's reluctant memory tour with world-weary intensity.
You'd have heard her?
Yes, I would!
The script is razor sharp. Charlie Brooker has clearly been in a dark room somewhere, feeling his bitterness directly into the typewriter.
She's in there, but I can't see her.
No gimmicks, no flash, just a subtle human drama slowly piecing itself together. Easily one of the best episodes in the series. It's deeply moving, with Giamatti delivering a performance distilled into pure heartbreak. I'd score 9 out of 10.
Get me out of here.
USS Callister Into Infinity brings back Nanette Cole and the sinister Robert Daly in a hilarious sequel to one of the series' fan favorites. Without spoiling a bite, we're back aboard the USS Callister, but this time the clone crew has broken free into an ever-expanding open universe.
We're gonna die.
Yes, it's basically like GTA in space, except instead of stealing cars, they try to steal their own freedom from a corrupted game system. Where the original was dark and claustrophobic, this one expands the universe. It's funnier and arguably even more disturbing when you really think about it. The humor lands consistently, way better than in certain movie franchises I won't name. But let's just say if you've ever sat through a Marvel film and thought, please make it end, you find this a breath of fresh space oxygenated air.
I'm losing my mind.
Jimmy Simpson completely owns it. His tech tycoon buddy feels like a direct caricature of the musky variety.
Don't freak out.
I don't freak out. I never freak out.
All ego, all tantrums, with a wardrobe like he's cosplaying as his own crypto wallet. If you enjoy the original USS Callister, you'll love this. I'd score 8 out of 10.
It's 30 million players versus the 5 of us.
And that's a wrap on Black Mirror Series 7. What a ride! Some absolute bangers, a couple of misfires, and a whole lot of existential dread. just the way we like it. If you've enjoyed these series overviews, hit subscribe. We've got plenty more coming. What would you like to see next? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay cozy, and I'll catch you next time.